we want to be sure that this thing, when we're working with it, we're laying like this. The reason being, there's 3 loose ball bearings in there. Okay. All right. This piece here is what holds the clutch cable. All right. You have to put the clutch cable in here. There's a flat spot here. That has to go in and go this way. The bead of the clutch cable, you got to be careful on a lot of the aftermarket cables. You're going to wind up grinding the end of them a little bit to get them in there, okay? You'll go to put the cable in, you'll get it this far, and you can't get it to go. You'll wind up grinding, like I say, the end off of the cable, the barnettes especially. Do not grind too much, because then the cable's going to pop the end off of it. Now, we talked yesterday about stiff clutch levers, right? There's a couple of pieces made on the market that will make it easier to pull the clutch lever in. The early stuff was all changing the leverage of this. The White brothers actually made a piece that extended this 1/4 of an inch. Okay? It bolted here, and the lever was out this far, and then this piece was out here. That made
Bolted onto that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It worked good. It was a pretty cheap part too. I think they were, what, about 20 bucks, Rudy? It was a good piece. Okay?
I thought they made the whole...
Well, I'm getting to that. Then Drag Specialties came out with a deal where this piece was extended. Okay? That worked okay. Harley-Davidson decided they had to do one better in the aftermarket in order to sell their product over the other guys because they wanted more money for it. Now Harley makes a kit where they give you a different main clutch spring, correct me if I'm wrong here, and they give you this and this, okay, and the angle that these slots are cut down in here are different. Remember me telling you that these things were marked with a number?
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
This is an 18. All right. What's the other ones they're using, Rudy? 22, 25?
20.
20?
I see the 20.
Okay. Anyway, as they change the ramp of this, if they make it more progressive and not as steep, it also changes the leverage. It makes the lever easier to pull. The problem with that is, the shallower the angle, when you take and you actuate this and turn it, it lifts, right? I better put it back together right, man, or I'm going to get a comeback. Old Stu will be after me, huh?
I wish she would come back.
Okay.
She'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, in a week.
Maybe. Anyway, as we pull on the clutch lever, cable comes in here, cable connects to this. As we pull the lever, it raises this piece, okay? But the shallower the angle, we're still moving at the same amount, but it's not lifting it as fast. So it's really important. You see how that's centered right now? When I take and I set that clutch up and I've only got 1/4 of an inch, basically I'm making contact almost immediately when I'm pulling on that lever.
So it normally sits right there when it's just kicking back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you said they made these longer, like, I mean, how would, it looks like there's not very much space to there. They make, like, you know what I mean?
This is a pretty long one here. This might be an aftermarket.
From here to here,
Yeah.
you know, there's really not space from here to here, so.
Right.
Like,
Well-
how would they, you know?
Well, what they do is there's one, and take my word for it, it's not a whole bunch more length, but it makes a huge, huge
That
difference.
one might already be an aftermarket.
Yeah. I think, like I say, originally, the stalkers are 22 or 25 degrees. This is 18, so this is probably one of the drag setups, would be my guess.
I mean, if it was out here, I could see where you'd have more room,
Well,
you know what I